Some television stories look effortless on screen. A door swings open, the camera glides, and a century-old house suddenly feels brand new. But behind that glossy reveal, there's often a harder story. Permits, deadlines, budgets, and the risks of turning real construction into entertainment. Alison Victoria, born Allison Victoria Graminos, the Chicago native behind HGTV's Windy City Rehab, is at the center of one of those complicated stories. She's a designer, entrepreneur, and TV personality whose bold style made her a star. She's also faced lawsuits, regulatory scrutiny, and a very public business breakup. And yet she's still working, still filming, and still a lightning rod for debate and renovation TV. Allison grew up in Chicago and studied design at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. She first gained national attention on DIY Network's Kitchen Crashers, where she became the franchise's first female host. Her approach: preserve the bones of a space, keep what's worth saving, and add unapologetically modern finishes, helped define her brand. That mix of historic character and bold design carried into her later work. In 2019, HGTV launched Windy City Rehab. The show tapped into Chicago's stock of older homes, many with landmark status. The premise matched Allison's strengths: buy aging properties, strip them down, address hidden issues, and create modern, market-ready homes. The risks were real. Century-old buildings often hide structural problems, outdated wiring, or water intrusion, and Chicago imposes strict rules on renovations. From the beginning, Allison's on-camera role was clear. She provided the vision, the finishes, and the drive to push projects further. But the spotlight also magnified problems. In 2020, buyers of a $1.3 million home featured on the show alleged serious defects after purchase. They claimed leaks, window failures, and workmanship that didn't meet expectations. Court filings described the property as a nightmare and even sought to freeze Allison's assets while the case advanced. At the same time, Allison's partnership with contractor and developer Donovan Eckhardt began to collapse. Their tension was evident on screen, but public filings revealed deeper fractures. City officials issued stop work orders and flagged permit problems on several Windy City Rehab projects. In Chicago, compliance is strict, and when permits aren't in order, work halts. Those delays triggered costs and raised questions about oversight. Allison emphasized that her role was design, not permitting or structural management, though she acknowledged co-ownership in projects. Eckhardt countered, filing a defamation suit and claiming the show unfairly portrayed him as the villain. Their partnership ended in lawsuits, accusations, and strained credibility. Regulatory troubles added fuel. The Chicago Sun-Times detailed violations and stop work orders tied to multiple properties. For seasoned contractors, those issues are headaches but manageable. Under television lights, every delay became headline news, building a narrative of chaos behind the polished reveals. Through these storms, Allison stayed vocal. She addressed lawsuits directly, admitting frustrations and insisting she was learning and adjusting. Some cases ended in settlements, including a widely reported dispute over a Wabansia Avenue property. Settlements, common in construction, let her move forward without prolonged trials or damaging judgments. Resolving disputes quietly allowed her to keep production schedules intact and protect her professional brand. Personal challenges layered onto the business drama. In 2022, Allison's father passed away, a loss she has spoken about openly. Combined with legal disputes and the collapse of her partnership, the grief forced her to reassess priorities. For a time, she considered leaving television. Instead, she refocused, choosing projects more carefully, clarifying responsibilities, and emphasizing design over construction logistics. That recalibration kept her on screen while giving her more control off screen. So why is Allison still on HGTV despite the controversies? One reason is that Windy City Rehab remains compelling. Audiences are drawn to the drama of preserving Chicago's historic homes and the spectacle of modern design layered onto old architecture. Fans connect to Allison's conviction that neglected houses deserve another chance. They tune in not just for tile and stone choices, but for the personality driving the transformations. In lifestyle television, charisma often outweighs controversy, especially when disputes are resolved without decisive judgments against a host. But her ongoing presence does not erase criticism. Viewers and homeowners ask, when a renovation fails, who bears responsibility? If leaks appear after a reveal, is it the contractor, the designer, the developer, or the network presenting the story? Allison argues that her role is design, not construction management. That defense makes sense in theory, but to clients buying a finished home, the distinction is blurred. They interact with her brand, not an internal division of duties. Her saga also underscores a broader issue: the clash between TV timelines and real-world construction. Television thrives on compression, months of work condensed into an hour of drama. Reality punishes that compression. Inspections take time, approvals drag, hidden damage adds delays. Networks want ratings, cities demand compliance. The pressure to deliver both can create shortcuts, intentional or not. Despite the risks, her career shows the power of adaptation. Settling lawsuits, clarifying responsibilities, and tightening oversight reduce liabilities. Networks evaluate stars not just on controversies, but on whether the numbers still work. Audience engagement, advertiser interest, and brand value. Allison still delivers. Meanwhile, she has diversified with private design projects and product ventures, ensuring she isn't dependent on one show or network. That diversification makes her business more resilient, even when negative press mounts. For viewers, her story offers lessons. The reveal isn't the end. Punch list items can linger long after cameras leave. Contracts matter. Ask who is responsible for permits, who warranties specific work, and what recourse exists if standards aren't met. Old homes will always carry surprises, and realistic budgets and timelines are essential. A flawless televised renovation is likely edited reality, not experience. For professionals, the saga highlights the need for airtight systems. Clear scopes, documented changes, proper permits, and proactive communication prevent disputes. Design talent won't offset lapses in compliance or missed inspections. Where does Allison Victoria stand today? As of 2025, she remains a regular on HGTV, with Windy City Rehab running through 5 seasons and her design brand active beyond the show. Her on-screen work still features bold design choices: dramatic stone, dark cabinetry, preserved millwork, while her off-screen stance is more cautious, emphasizing lessons learned and responsibilities clarified. Some viewers will always see the lawsuits first. Others will keep watching for the transformations. Both realities coexist. In truth, Allison's story is one of duality. She is a talented designer who revived interest in Chicago's historic homes on national television. She is also a public figure whose projects collided with the realities of law and regulation. The question is not whether she has faced setbacks. She has. The question is whether the systems around her now protect clients, viewers, and her brand from repeating those failures. If they do, her show can remain what audiences most want it to be: proof that old houses can be reborn without the baggage of unfinished business. So, who is Allison Victoria? She's a designer who gave Chicago architecture a cinematic platform. She's a business owner who survived lawsuits and a messy partnership split. She's a television personality still learning how to balance compelling storytelling with accountability. If she succeeds, viewers will see not just beautiful reveals, but a process that respects the craft, the codes, and the people who call those houses home. What do you think? Should Allison Victoria be held more accountable for issues in her show's projects, or are some disputes inevitable in renovation work? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future uploads.